Good morning. My name is Annie Dove. I'm from Dudley, North Carolina. I'm a healthcare tech 1. We need collective bargaining because mental health workers across the state need a voice to provide quality care for the patients we serve.
Good morning. My name is Michael Gould. I am a state employee with the North Carolina Department of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, and I live here in Raleigh. Public sector employees in this state deserve the right to have collective bargaining. And I state that for 2 reasons. Number 1, we deserve the right to have dignity and respect restored to us by providing us with an active voice in the process that affects our day-to-day lives. And secondly, collective bargaining in this state would begin to see a decrease in the over $362 million of taxpayer money that this year will be spent on hiring and retaining and training replacement employees to serve the taxpayers of this great state. Thank you.
I'm Eddie Davis. I live in Durham, and I'm a longtime classroom teacher. Being able to have the opportunity to deal with collective bargaining for working condition issues in our schools would be a tremendous advantage to the men and women who contribute to the classroom and to our children and to our state. I encourage the members of the General Assembly to support this legislation and allow us to continue to deal with working for the state of North Carolina.
Hello, I'm Alpha Cravey and I teach geography at UNC in Chapel Hill. Faculty deserve the right to collectively negotiate adequate health care. And we deserve adequate health care that's written in clear and concise language. I know this on a personal level because I had a serious illness last year.
My name is Curtis Stansbury. I'm a police officer in Wilmington, North Carolina. Police officers have fewer rights on the job than a person that commits a crime. We deserve the right to collectively bargain for job security. Police officers, firefighters, school teachers, and all the public employees here today deserve the same right as the private sector. Thank you.
What may surprise some is that we have local government officials who agree with them. The Town Council of Chapel Hill and the Durham City Council have passed resolutions in support of collective bargaining. And we have 2 mayors who are here today to speak in support of House Bill 1583. We have the mayor of Carrboro, Mark Chilton, and Yvonne Johnson, the mayor of Greensboro.
I want to say, you know, those of us who serve as mayors are tremendously grateful to those people who choose their career path being public servants and working for our town and city governments. We believe that from time to time problems arise in the workplace that are not individual problems but are collective problems. They're issues that affect all of our, many or all of our town employees. And when we have a collective problem, the most useful thing is to seek a collective solution. And that requires collective bargaining. I believe it's in the best interests of our government, our state government, and our local governments to proactively deal with employees' concerns, and collective bargaining is the tool that allows us to do that. If there's a problem with our health care coverage, I don't want to hear about that one at a time from 1 or 2 people or with a disorganized voice. I want to hear all of my town employees coming together and expressing with one voice what it is, what kind of changes we need to make to the system. If there's unsafe working conditions, I want to know about that. I want to have an organization that can put me on notice and that can help me figure out a better way for our town to run. I urge the General Assembly to pass House Bill 1583 this session so that state and local governments can develop their own methods of addressing employee issues and improving public services.
Yvonne Johnson, Mayor of the City of Greensboro. And like Mayor Chilton, I would definitely welcome the opportunity to sit down at the bargaining table with city employees. For 25 years, I have run a mediation center, and I know the benefit of sitting down with people who are in conflict and coming out with a win-win situation. And that's what I want for our employees in Greensboro, North Carolina. Not only do I think government will be more efficient, I think we will save money, tax money, because of the efficiency, and I think that our employees will be happier, there will be less turnover, and they know that they have a place that they can come and we will hear their concerns. And I think it is right to do it, and it's just to do it, and I support it, and I hope the legislature will.
Senator Paul reminds me that our Durham City Council is one of the cities that has endorsed collective bargaining, and I'm very proud of Durham for doing that. Basically, in a democracy, citizens ought to have a right to organize collectively, to have an organized voice. That we have it for private sector employees and don't have it for public employees is just wrong. It's antiquated. It goes back to an old North Carolina. North Carolina is changing, and we need to respond. We as legislators need to respond to that change. Thank you.
For this legislation, I managed a small organization for 28 years, and I'm going to tell you, I believe the state will save money because we didn't have any turnovers. We didn't have any foreclosures either.
Now is the time, this session, to repeal the ban on collective bargaining. That's the message legislators have heard today from local officials, from public employees, and from community activists. Now we want to hear from legislators, and I hope they will think carefully about the message that they want to send. Keeping the bargaining ban says to local officials from Asheville to Wilmington that we, the General Assembly, expect you to provide quality, efficiently run services to your citizens, but we won't give you the freedom to develop local solutions to your personnel issues. It says to school bus drivers, we trust you enough to drive hundreds of children safely to and from school every day, but we don't respect you enough to allow you to negotiate a family-sustaining wage. It says to police officers and firefighters, we expect you to risk your lives to protect us, but we don't even think you deserve the same right as a security guard at the mall to negotiate for more training programs and better job security. It says to sanitation workers, to school teachers, to all of our public servants, that we expect you to work hard every day to provide us with the basic infrastructure and services we depend on, but we don't even think you deserve the same rights as workers at Walmart. Is that the message that legislators want to send to the hundreds of thousands of public employees in this state? Something is seriously wrong in North Carolina when workers at Walmart have more rights than our state's police officers, firefighters, and school teachers. Our public employees deserve better, and they deserve it now. That is what this broad coalition is saying, and I hope that's what legislators say when they cast their vote and pass House Bill 1583 this session.